Improvise. We're live.
Are we live
Yes.
on YouTube?
Yep.
We're live.
This is this is I'm sending you this link because I'm not sure the other link was working.
Okay. Okay.
It's kind of hard to tell people.
Right before me, the signs implore me. Help the needy, show them the way. Human kindness is overflowing, and I think it's going to rain. Yes, I think it's going today.
That was beautiful.
Are we on?
We are on.
Are we on? Okay.
Let me make sure that doesn't keep playing, which sounds like it wants to keep playing.
I want it to keep playing.
Roy Hargrove.
Oh,
Not bad.
we love Roy Hargrove. Unfortunately, I did not produce Roy Hargrove. But that would have been totally cool. I would have loved that.
I'm sending a few messages to people
Okay.
regarding that I know will want to be on.
Yeah. Facebook, I guess, had it in for me. They closed the whole thing down, so that interview,
I know,
our interview wouldn't be
man.
covered. I'll tell you.
That is rude,
Well.
rude. I'm going to send out a quick campaign to people.
Okay.
Just really quick.
Okay.
And let people know, a short, sorry to take your time up here.
That's okay. I talk fast.
Well, we have 2 hours. We
have 2 hours. Geez.
Yeah.
You can hear my whole life story. At least the first half.
I'm going to say today, since Facebook is down, unbelievable. Right? Unbelievable. Here is my YouTube channel. Apparently sometimes it's different. So I don't know. But we will get here. So
okay.
Hold on, everybody. Let's see. We'll get there in 1 second. We're gonna get into some good conversation.
Okay, but first we have to let people know that we're here, so that they can tune in.
Yes,
maybe they want to.
Right. I'm sure they want to. Okay, so I'm just gonna send it out to
because I'm such a fascinating human being. I don't know.
You are. Noontime hang today, October 4th. No Facebook. Okay.
Okay, I'm sending it out to people too.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm texting people who I think might be interested, although one never knows about these things.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess social media, well, I guess there's only Twitter. Twitter and LinkedIn, because
Is
that
that
can't
it?
do any Facebook ones,
Okay.
because all of my Facebook pages are down. Well,
And mine is too.
yeah.
Well,
Well, okay. We
here
sent
it is.
we sent everything, so now
Okay,
we're
now,
gonna chat.
listen, whoever misses it, oh well.
Oh, cool. So I actually
If you
don't even
can-
need this one.
Yeah, you can move that so I can.
Yeah.
Here we are.
And see right here, you can see this.
Oh, what does this say?
Judy said, "Hello, my beautiful friends. Don't take it personally, Barb."
Oh. She knows me too well. He did it to me. He said, screw that Barbara Brighton. We're gonna have to fix her for saying bad things about Facebook. I'll fix you. You'll never work in this town again.
So, Barb.
Hi, Kath.
Hi, Barb.
Hi, Kath. Hi.
This is my dear friend,
Oh.
Barbara Brighton.
My dear friend.
And
Hi, Kathy.
we're here. I think this is only the second time I've had someone here and done the show, and third time, because Gary, my husband, he's been on the show.
Yeah.
But Alan Walker was on the show, and he sat in that chair.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
So
Disinfectant. Alan.
So what we played, I believe you heard what we played, and that was
That was from Mark Winkler and David Benoit's latest album that I produced, and the track was I Think It's Gonna Rain Today, which we all remember from Judy Collins.
such a beautiful
Oh,
song.
it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And I just love it. It's one of my favorite tracks on
Yeah.
the record. That was really a fun record to do.
Yeah.
Working with Mark and David and the great musicians we had. It was
Yeah.
really, really fun.
So
Yeah.
Mark Winkler, who has also been on the show, he's a singer and a lyricist, a successful person. He's had a number of CDs out, and you've produced a number of them, right?
Yeah, I can't remember how many. Mark will tell us, I'm sure, if he's watching. Although he's in New York now. He's probably coming home, coming home today.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've produced at least 8, I think, of his CDs.
Oh, wow.
So, shall I tell the story, the Mark Winkler
Yes,
story? Okay,
yes.
here's the story. So, God, one story leads to another. I can talk about how I even got into this business.
Oh.
Should I do that and then
Sure,
talk about
because
Mark? 'Cause
what I
Mark,
did,
Yeah.
while you talk, I'm going to cut and paste into YouTube because I want what I wrote. I wrote part of your bio,
Oh, okay.
so I'm going to do that.
I've been neglectful in getting Alan Wexler, who does my website. I've been neglectful in getting him my most latest stuff to update my website, so
Yeah.
I can give you the latest news here today.
Yeah. So tell us how you got into
So,
this.
okay, I will tell you. You probably have heard the story. I don't remember what I tell
I
people, so
probably
you
know
probably
it, yeah.
you probably don't remember. So it's okay. So I was writing an article every month for this magazine called Calabasas Lifestyle. It was a
I know that
psychology.
one.
Yeah, it was a psychology article, kind of like Ann Landers, but
Oh,
psychologically oriented, because that's really my many year day gig, 40 plus years
yeah.
of being a therapist. And anyway, this guy comes in to troubleshoot to see how we can improve our readership on this magazine, and he gets me involved in this jazz event he's doing, a Porsche / jazz event he's doing at the racetrack, which I can't remember what it is.
And why did he
Well,
ask you?
because we got into discussion about music and jazz, and I was always out listening to jazz. I got to know a lot of jazz musicians.
Yeah.
It was my love. That was really what I love. So when we started talking about it, he said, "Oh my God, you know so much about music and jazz and all these musicians. I'm doing this thing. Would you like to put together the jazz event
Oh.
part of it?"
Yeah.
I thought, well, sure. Huh? Okay. And so I actually worked really hard. I put together this competition for young musicians. Every week performed at the hotel there, and then whoever won that week would come back the following week or whatever. I don't
Yeah.
remember. It was 28 years ago or 20, something like that.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I found all these people who were involved in the jazz world, Scott Yano, Ellen Cohn, Don Heckman, all these people who were journalists or had labels or whatever. They all came and they were the judges. Well, interestingly enough, the winners were John DeVersa and God, I can't remember his name, who he just made an album with. A great
John DeVersa. Oh,
and
that
no,
guy.
John, and what's his name?
Yeah, I had them both on the show.
Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, they
Yeah.
were like high schoolers and they won, which was great, except after I did all this work, this son of a bitch left town and left me holding the bag
Wow,
for
really?
everything. It was a nightmare. I mean, I felt so horrible for the kids.
Yeah.
I think John's maybe still doesn't speak to me. No, I
No.
think he does. But it's been like I said, like 25 years. But he left me holding the bag at the park where there was supposed to be an event. At
Wow.
all this stuff. I had to make all these calls. I was so upset. But the positive thing that came out of this is that I made all these friends.
Yeah.
And Ellen Cohn, you knew Ellen?
I knew Ellen, yeah.
Ellen and I became fast friends because I was a consultant at the breast center. Are you following me here?
Okay,
Is this
yes.
okay?
I'm
I was a
listening.
consultant at the breast center, so I dealt with a lot of breast cancer patients. Ellen had breast cancer so young, she was in her early 30s.
Uh-huh.
And I had her come to the breast center where I worked and see my friend who was a great oncologist there. And anyway, Ellen was terminal. But before she died, we went around, listened to so much jazz. And one day she said to me, "You're going to burn out in your practice. You should start a jazz business."
Oh.
I said, "What am I going to do in a jazz business?" She said, "I don't know. You should do something, do booking, do produce, whatever. But this is what you love. This is what you should do. Cut back on your practice. You're burning out." So, and then she had told me about Mark Winkler. "Oh, I want you to meet my friend Mark Winkler. He's a great performer. You and Mark would get along." And she told Mark the same thing. So, okay. Ellen sadly passed away. It was just heartbreaking. Remember
Right,
that?
I
It was
do remember
it was
that.
just
Was
terrible.
very sad.
And at the funeral, there's Mark Winkler. He said, "I'm Mark Winkler." I said, "Oh my God, Mark, Ellen's been wanting me to meet you. I'm Barbara Brighton." "Oh, Barbara." Well, that was it at the, after party at the funerals, we Jews have like all the delicatessen and everything. Mark and I became like, it was the fastest friendship.
Friends,
oh my God. So after a period of time, Mark said to me, "I'm thinking I want to do a straight ahead jazz album," because he'd been kind of a new age performer. Not new age, but like smooth jazz.
And he was very popular.
Very successful.
Yeah.
He said, I want to do a straight ahead jazz album. So I gave him all these ideas and he said, "You've got great ideas. Why don't you produce my record?" I said, "Okay." I mean, and I was like, "All right, what?" Anyway, I got Billy Childs, Greg Hutchison, great bass player that played with Branford Marsalis. I can't remember. I can't remember his name.
I can look if you
anyway,
want,
it doesn't matter. And I did produced his first record, which was "Easy the Hard Way." It was called. And you know, I listened to it today and I go, oh my God, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? But that was the beginning. And so Mark and I are, I mean, he's like my brother.
Yeah.
He's like my family. Really, we're so close and we've been through so much in our lives together. And I've produced all these albums for him. And most recently, this one with David Benoit. And I'm going to be doing another one with him at the end of October. We're going back in the studio.
That's so cool. You know, I think we could watch, let's watch that, how the album came about.
Oh,
Because I think that's really a cool thing.
Okay, whatever.
I'm looking for
You're
it,
the
ladies and
boss.
gentlemen.
You are the boss, man.
Let's see. So, Mark, wait, old friends.
Yeah, there it is.
And yeah, I think it's.
I love the songs on this record. I wanted to pick songs that both David and I loved. I know that David loves Henry Mancini, Johnny Mandel, and Leonard Bernstein. And I love Randy Newman and Paul Simon.
This piece by Paul Simon called Old Friends, Bookends.
Old friends.
That was a new piece for me. I'd never heard it. It doesn't follow normal beat patterns. It's like 3 bars, 2 bars.
A newspaper blown through the grass.
I'm excited about that piece. Quoting a little bit of Eric Satie in the middle.
David and Mark have been friends for many, many years.
Wow.
Song choices are really all about emotions and love. And David and Mark are just great together. They've got such simpatico.
I'm also working with, for the first time, Clayton Cameron, who is a great drummer, played with Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra, Tony Bennett, Liza Minnelli. Then I have my guy that plays with me all the time in LA, Gabe Davis. Walking in space. And a really great jazz guitarist named Pat Kelly. So I'm in good hands. Right now I don't have a mask on, but we're in the middle of this pandemic. There's a surreal quality it brings to the proceedings. We had a big session last week with the quartet, and everyone wore a mask. Yes, the record's jazzy, and it swings at times, but there's so many beautiful songs by the greats, like Mancini and Mandel and Leonard Bernstein. And the melodies are so beautiful, and you can really sink your teeth into them.
Yeah.
Time it was, and what a time it was a time of innocence, a time of confidence.
Very
That
nice.
was,
Very nice.
oh, it's so nice. We had a wonderful time. I just, you know, I've gotten to where I don't work with anybody who isn't just sweet as could be.
Yeah.
I just won't. And I've been very fortunate, really, working with such great musicians that are so supportive and so open to helping.
Yeah.
And they make me a better producer. And I believe that feeling in the studio that we all have, and I love working with Tally Sherwood. I love him. And
Tally Sherwood's the engineer.
yeah,
Really
he's the
great
engineer at Tritone Studios.
Yeah.
He's just fantastic.
Yeah.
And we've worked together so much that he knows the sound that I like.
Yeah.
And so when we're mixing, it's like he gets it.
Yeah.
But all that warmth that we all love, everybody feels for each other. I just think it comes through. I
Yeah.
think you hear it in the music.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true, but that's what I believe. So
Yeah. You know, I found over the years of producing that it was a real growing pain for me, you know, in various ways, like being able to state what I really thought.
yeah.
Do you find that?
Yes, I still a little bit, not nearly as much. When
Yeah.
I first started, if a musician said, "Oh no, I want to do it this way," I would be too intimidated to say anything because I think, what do I,
Yeah.
these people are musicians for, how did I don't even know how I got here. I mean, seriously, that's how I have felt. Sometimes I still feel that way, sitting in the studio and I'm saying, oh no, I want the drum solo. And I'm thinking, who is it? I don't even know. How did this happen? It's the weirdest thing. I had no idea.
Yeah.
that this would be in my life. I mean, I have to tell you, it's like such a blessing. I
Yeah.
don't even know. I feel like, I don't know, something stardust dropped on my head. Right. But yes, there is a whole real growing process and trusting your own instincts, feeling confident enough to say, you know, I think that this would sound better, or I'd like to hear, you know, let's take the bass out of this, or let's, you know, whatever it is, feeling like, hey, it's okay. And, you know, if somebody says, I don't like that, it's like, all right, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, I'm okay. We
Yeah.
can listen
Yeah.
and make a decision. But yeah, it's developing that belief in yourself that I am entitled to have this opinion, this knowledge. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I've definitely, you know, it put me through such a personal change that it affected my life.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I have other areas like you, you know, we both have other areas where we're strong in and we're confident. We totally know it.
Right.
And, you know, if somebody talks to me about teaching and they're there and I'm saying one thing and I don't agree with them,
Mm-hmm.
I make it known.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's no problem.
Right.
I mean, I make it known nice,
Right. Right.
but I still make it known.
Right. Right.
But yeah, the tentativeness in the studio until you just get over it. I remember going home and talking to myself, having conversations with myself, doing writing in my journal, and to deal with it,
I
you
know.
know, and getting through it. And it's so great when you get through it.
It's
wonderful.
I mean, I don't know. Listen, even in my practice, I will question myself still to this day. I mean, and believe me, after doing this for 40 plus years, I feel like I have a pretty good handle. But you know, things change.
Yeah.
The singer you were 25 years ago is probably not the vocalist you are today.
Yeah.
The therapist I was 40 years ago is not the therapist I am today. I find that there are things that I do.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
It's okay. There are things that I really do today or don't do today
Yeah.
that I might have or might not have done many years ago.
Yeah.
Because I change and my perspective on life changes.
Yeah.
My perspective on what humanity is about.
Yeah.
Or what is important. You know, my work at the breast center, dealing with, you know, I did a breast cancer support group there for almost 20 years every week.
Oh.
And all the patients and their families and everybody that I dealt with, it changed my whole perspective on everything.
Yeah.
My priorities about life, about what's important. And believe me, I you know, I still question everything. But so even as a producer, I still will question myself about, is this right? Should I change my attitude about this, or what I think is going to sound better? You know, I don't know that I'll ever stop questioning
Yeah.
myself.
The other thing that's comforting is that it takes a tribe. And so, and you know, once you're comfortable with that, you know, that it's
Yes.
not all on your shoulders.
No.
And that has different points of view too. You know, your ego can relax,
Yes.
you know, and like, well, the engineer has a lot to do with it,
Yeah,
right? The
that's
engineer is almost like a producer,
That's right.
you know.
That's right.
good
Especially a
engineer.
good engineer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell all the musicians and all of them who know me because they've worked with me before, tell me whatever you think.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm cool. And if somebody says, no, I don't like that, I don't want to play that, it's like, I'm good with that. I encourage input.
Sure.
I want, like you
Yeah.
said, I'm a tribe person.
Yeah.
I don't I function well alone in certain areas of my life,
Yeah.
but I want input from everybody, and from you. I'll say, what do you think? Listen to this. Do you like it? Judy and Julie and all my friends, Mark, I'll say, what do you think? Do you
Yeah.
think this? I'm not sure. Do you think this is good, or do you think this one's bad? I have no I'm happy. I'm grateful that I have people I can do that with.
Yeah.
I just,
I think the qualities of the projects that you've been involved with is just beautiful. And the quality is all similar from project to project,
Oh, thank you
Yeah.
for noticing. Well, I get a lot of pushback because a lot of artists like a lot of reverb in. I have
Surprise!
mugs. Do you have the mug that says I have to give you a mug? It
No.
says it's like reverb with a big red line through it. I know a lot of vocalists really love to have a lot of reverb on their voice, and
Mhm.
I am of the belief that if you're a good singer, I want the record for people to listen to this record and feel like they are in a live room. I don't want effects on the voice.
Yeah.
I want them to feel like they're sitting listening to
Yeah.
Gary sing.
Yeah.
My recordings are pretty dry,
Yeah.
and you hear that it really feels like you're in a live room.
Yeah.
And people have said that to me.
Yeah.
But not everybody likes that. I
Well,
have singers that go, I
there's
love reverb. What's the matter
Well,
with you?
the thing is, when singers say I love reverb, there's levels to that too, because there's some reverb, of course,
there's always
Yeah,
going to be
right.
some reverb.
but
of
that
course.
just kind of warms it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's fine. As a singer in the studio, sometimes you want more reverb just to have a good relationship with what you're hearing, as when you're singing. But that doesn't mean the final result has to have
that.
it.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly right. Sure.
By the way, Mark sends his hellos. He's listening in the airport.
He is. Hi,
In New York.
Mark. Oh,
He loves
he's
us.
so sweet.
And he said, ask her about working with me and Billy Childs.
Oh, geez. He loves that story. Okay. He asked for it. Billy Childs, to me, is one of the genius masters. And
Yeah.
Bill Trout, rest in peace,
Yeah.
who I credit with where I am today.
Yeah.
Really, Anyway, Bill said, let's go see this kid, Billy Childs, at La Cafe.
Oh, Le Cafe.
Cafe.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go and we see this kid, Billy Childs, who blew everybody away.
Yeah.
He's Billy. So when I was going to produce Mark's first record, I thought, I want Billy Childs on this record. What did I know? Sure enough, he agreed. So we're doing, we're doing the song Lonely Woman, Horace Silver.
Yeah.
And I think Mark put lyrics to the song.
There were
Yeah,
two
there
sets
were-
of lyrics existing from Horace and Leonard Feather.
Maybe it was the Leonard Feather lyrics. Mark, forgive me if you wrote the lyrics. I can't. Who the hell
he might have
remembers?
written
It was
more
25
lyrics,
years
yeah.
ago, but whatever. So Billy is doing his thing. This is like the first real straight ahead jazz album Mark's doing.
made, yeah.
And so Billy starts going really out and doing all this stuff, and Mark is like a deer in headlights. Like, what do I do here? What am I so? Anyway, the end result was that I had a little therapy session, and I said to Billy, Billy, what you do is beautiful, but it's not Mark.
Yeah.
And this is Mark's record.
Yeah.
And so we have to do what is going to work for Mark.
Yeah.
And he said, well, I can't just play it. You want me to play it like Horace Silver played it? I mean, but I love it. Billy's like the kindest, most wonderful guy in the world.
Yeah.
But I said, no, certainly put your own thing
Yeah.
on it. But when you go out, that's not Mark. He's not
Yeah.
there. Anyway, it came out great. So that's one of Mark's favorite stories that,
So now I'm curious, can we find that?
Lonely Woman, it's on Easy the Hard Way. I'm sure it's on Apple Music. But don't judge me as a producer and actually the engineer was the wonderful Jeff Gillette. Oh, you got it? Oh
I
my
do.
God. Okay.
And this is the Leonard Feather.
Oh, it is Len Feather.
This
Okay.
is through Chartmaker Jazz, so they might take me down. But usually they'll leave it up and then just take the music down. But let's hear a little bit of it anyway.
Okay.
We'll see if we can,
Yeah.
Welcome to social media control.
Who's that?
That's Lisa Donna.
Oh.
That was a Stephen Nachmanovich workshop. Oh, and there's Kanga. Yeah. This was in Santa Barbara.
Oh, all the
Yeah.
stuff coming up on your.
We brought
How cute.
Stephen Nachmanovich in.
He's got nice arms.
That guy, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not Stephen Nachmanovich. I don't know what his arms look like.
Room, deep gloom, sheltering her from joy she once knew. There sits a lonely woman, believing her life is through. Though she once lived for laughter, days bring no spring. Winter is here to stay for a while, too drained of tears for crying. She's too alone to smile, longing for her lover.
Such a great song.
Wish that I could tell her, grieving too can pass, and so this mood will soon lift like a veil. Then someday
Heart makeup.
she'll stray far from the somber world of the past. No more a lonely woman. She'll follow the sun at last.
Billy. Pretty cool.
Really nice.
Longing for her lover. Wish that I could tell her, grieving too can pass, and so this mood will soon lift like a veil. Then someday she'll stray far from the somber world of the past. No more a lonely woman. She'll follow the sun at last. No more a lonely woman. She'll follow the sun at last.
really. And that was, what, 25 years ago, 20 years ago? I don't know, at least.
You know, he sounds like he sounds now, which is a really nice compliment, right?
Yeah, there's some things that have changed vocally for him, I think.
Yeah.
I love that song. I picked that song because that album, that Horace Silver album, that was Song for My Father.
Mm.
That album changed my life. That it did. It changed I mean, I always played classical music.
Yeah.
And my dad was a drummer.
Yeah.
He gave it up when my sister was born, you know, support a family, blah, blah, blah. But he used to play all this music for me. He used to play, you know, Gene Krupa and all these, and I remember he sat me down. I must have been 9 years old. He said, I want you to listen to this. And he played Rhapsody in Blue. We both sat and cried. But I had, you know, when I was about 16 or so, somebody in my drama class, Uri Hertz was his name, he turned me on to pot and to, I hope my grandchildren aren't listening. Oh, what do they care? They probably figure, oh, good. And Horace Silver album, the Song for My Father album, I came home and the next day I was still stoned and I put the LP on my little Victrola and sat at my piano and I learned everybody's solo from Song for My Father. I was at the piano for like 5 hours and my father's like, because I had quit, I had stopped playing. My father's like, what got into you? What? And I'm going, nothing. What do you mean? Nothing got into me. So funny. Anyway, yeah. So,
Oh,
just a little tidbit.
you could have turned out to be a jazz piano player.
You know, if I had practiced,
Yeah.
I certainly took lessons with Terry Trotter and Tamir Hendelman, but I never practiced. I was
Piano,
so
you
traumatized.
really have to practice.
Oh,
yeah, it's not like a half-hour practice.
no, it isn't. No, you have to devote. Would have had to have been my life's devotion. But,
Yeah.
and I love it. Even today, I fight with myself to sit down and play. And when I do, I could sit for an hour and a half, just play by ear, and be so happy. I think, why don't I do this? Why don't I do this more? I could sit every day for a half hour. What's wrong with me? I don't know. I need a therapist. Tell me, somebody out there, would you please tell me what's wrong with me? Why don't I do that? Anyway.
Well, you're not alone in that. Even, you know, I mean, I can't tell you how many people I've talked to on this show who said, you know, especially in the last 2 years, right? A lot of people in the first 6 months, like walked by the piano or whatever their instrument was and didn't play. They didn't want to go in and practice or play or anything. It was such a shock. I think most musicians that I've spoken to did that. And then slowly they started getting into it. And then they started getting into things that they've always wanted to get into.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
For me, it's kind of a mix just because I have so many eyes on so many different projects, you know.
Oh God, yes, you do.
I
don't know
get
how you do it,
distracted,
but
you know.
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's so interesting to be with somebody like you with Mark for so long over the many years.
Yeah.
And both of you grow and see how you grow and yeah, there's so you know a lot of musicians.
Yeah. And I want to just say, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you know, I worked on Judy Wexler's CDs, not the last 2 or 3. She's self-produced, but that, you know, it's so great to work with people you really love.
Yeah.
Because you would so want it to be great for them.
Yeah.
You know, and Gary, this is the second record
Gary
I've done
Brumberg,
with Gary and Julie, who's
Julie
one of
Kelly.
my closest friends in the world. Working with her was so great. I mean, it's just, I know all these people, so I get to, you know, And I'm not getting calls from Diana Krall or anybody.
not?
Not really.
And I have to apologize. I've never used you. It's not that I've used anyone else.
No, you always self-produce.
But sometimes I go, should I call Barbara? And
Yes,
then
you should. Yes, you
sometimes
should.
it just kind of goes on,
Yes,
and
yes,
then
you should, because for no other reason, and we would have such a good time.
I know. What do you think, Barb? Oh yeah, perfect.
No, I wouldn't do that. No, I don't do that.
That Dan is kind of a co-producer for me,
Yeah.
and even though he doesn't play, he's listened so much.
I know.
And he has good opinions.
Yes, yeah.
And when we were in the studio, especially
does.
with he's always in the studio with me. But he and I were co-producing with another person, Catherine Bostic, which really was an entirely different music.
It's not jazz.
No,
but
it's
she's a great musician.
To me, it's called Americana Orchestral,
Yeah.
or movie Americana, because she
Yeah.
really is coming from that, because she's done so many
Yes.
movies. But I mean, she really asks him his opinion,
Yeah.
and Dan has opinions definitely that have swayed us.
Yeah.
So again, a tribe. It's really nice.
And everybody's got something to say. Dan doesn't have to be a musician. That guy listens to so much music.
Yeah.
And he's got a good ear.
Yeah.
And he knows what he likes.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, maybe he can't always necessarily tell if a note is flat. I don't know, maybe he can.
Yeah.
But but he knows the sound that he likes, and that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
And he's
you-
such a lovely guy.
I know.
What a
Dan, we
nice-
love you.
What
Dan
a
DeVilla.
nice human, good human being he is. He's really a dear.
nice.
Yeah.
So here's an interesting question.
Okay. Oh no.
I know.
Uh-oh.
So I know you tend to produce singers who are more professional. And I tend to produce singers who are semi-professionals.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm in the studio, there's many times that my teacher hat takes over.
Yeah. Oh, I
And
would
so
think so.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I've worked with some people, I've worked a lot, to get them to sing their best. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yes, I do.
And a lot of times people who aren't professional, and people who are professional too, but especially for the semi-pros or amateurs, they will have blocks to the real them coming out. So sometimes it takes a lot, in or out of the studio. I've worked like out of the studio with people too on the same things. But without mentioning names or anything, but because you've done mostly professionals, have you, when a singer's not quite getting it,
Mm-hmm.
do you find that you're able to communicate that to
Yeah.
them and get a result?
Yes, I think I do.
Yeah.
And probably the reason that I do is because I think pretty much everybody, if not everybody, I hope, that I've ever worked with really knows that I have their 100% best interests at heart.
Yeah.
If I say, you need to do that over again, this was happening or this wasn't happening, or I want to hear, way too much vibrato, or let's try to do it this way, or maybe, just whatever phrasing, they don't have to agree with me.
Yeah.
And I was just working with Gary Brumberg on his new record that's coming out, and it was really challenging because he comes from a musical theater background.
Yeah.
And even though we did a real lovely jazz album a few years ago, Moonlight, that's his excuse me. That's his
Do you have any
background.
water?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Okay.
And this album is all musical theater numbers that he has performed in his former life, professional life.
Yeah, interesting.
So it was really challenging because it was almost inevitable
yeah,
that some of that musical theater stuff would come out when he was singing.
yeah,
And he was really clear to me, I want you to tell me, because I
Yeah.
want this to be a jazz album.
yeah,
So there were things I'd say, Gary, musical theater, and he'd go,
Yeah.
okay. And we would do it a different way. And I think it came out great.
yeah,
And he loves it. But I think that the people I've worked with, I really love.
yeah,
They're people I really care about. And they all know that.
yeah,
So anything that if I said something to you, if I said, Kath, I don't think you should scat in this place right here.
yeah,
You would know, even if you didn't agree with me, that I was totally coming from a place of love and wanting this to be the best it could be.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah.
So
Sure.
that's, I don't know what it would be like to work with a stranger. Isn't that funny? I don't know. I mean, I don't know what that would be like. I mean, I've worked with musicians in the past that I didn't know very well.
Yeah.
But really, I even know all the musicians I work with. Jameson Trotter, I've known him since he was like 17. So, yeah, I mean, they know that if I say something, it's totally coming from really wanting
Yeah.
it to be good. So, yeah.
Let's talk about arrangers. So when you usually start a project, is it, do the artists have an idea of who they want arranging already, or do you sometimes discuss it?
Yeah, I mean, I have worked with some great arrangers, Jeff Colella,
Yeah, great.
and Jameson Trotter, who
They're
is
both
just
really great.
fantastic. And oh God, how can I just block on these names? It's so scary.
Who
to
is
me.
it for?
Piano player who I know for 100 years and I love and adore, and I can't think of his name. Oh my God.
Where did he
this out.
play on?
He played on Judy's records.
Judy's record. Okay, so
Oh
it was
God.
um
Oh
let's see,
God.
Jeff Colella,
Dementia.
and here we'll just go look, 'cause
Oh,
we have
isn't
the
that so?
internet.
And this is somebody who I've known for so many years, and I love him, and I'm the one that suggested him for Judy's records. Help me.
Okay, we're gonna
Oh
We're gonna
God,
look on
I'm
her
going to be
side.
so humiliated. Fortunately, he's probably not listening.
which one?
I think he's
Which
that
one?
interested
Which
in
song?
uh,
I mean, which album?
Under a Painted Sky. Did he do that one?
Was it?
Alan Pasqua. Oh, geez. I'm telling
We
you.
knew that.
I knew that. I mean, this is the worst part of aging, is that I don't remember anybody's name.
I agree with you. I hate that. It's very embarrassing. It's
I mean, people I know,
yeah.
I can't remember their name.
Hey,
It's like
sometimes
it-
I forget Gary's name.
Oh yeah.
I'll introduce my husband and I'll go, "This is my husband."
Oh, yeah.
He knows when that's happening, and he goes, "Gary."
God.
Terrible.
Oh God. Well, I don't have
Thanks,
a husband
Dan.
to forget, but you never know.
Dan said thank you to us.
Oh,
Cinematic Americana. Dan, that's a good
that's
a good
excellent.
genre.
That's really
See what I
good.
mean? He comes up with these
Yeah,
things.
he's smart.
He actually came up with the name for Social Anthems, that record.
Oh, that's the perfect.
Isn't it a great name?
Perfect. It is perfect.
Yeah,
really.
I
I love that
name.
album, by the way.
I'm so glad you do.
Oh, I do. I listen to your stuff. I told you the UK one. Can't remember the name.
Yeah, straight ahead to the
Oh,
UK.
I
Right.
love that.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I think that one came out so well because of John Leftwich's influence
really
after
good, yeah.
after
Yeah.
it had been in England.
Yeah.
And
Hippityville.
yeah,
Yeah, we talked about that.
yeah.
Is it too long?
We did make the radio version. So.
I know you did. I know.
But
That was
people like
that
the
was
other
great.
one, I think, more.
Which
the
one?
longer one.
The longer one. Well, that
Yeah.
was great too. But in terms of
Radio.
radio,
Yeah.
it's gotta be,
Yeah.
yeah. We just went through that with the song. No 7.5 minutes. Nope.
Yeah.
Gotta slash it. Get rid of 2 solos. It was like
Yeah.
killing people.
Yeah.
Anyway,
How, this is an interesting subject area. How much credence do you, and this is a very broad question, so don't, like, just
No,
take
don't worry.
wherever you go,
I
but
don't know.
how much credence do you put into reviews and radio play?
Oh boy, that's
Da,
a
da,
really
da.
tough
It is a
question.
tough question, isn't it?
Well, I like all the good reviews and I don't like the bad ones. How about that? And radio play, I don't know, they're so fickle. Some radio programmers just like, like straight ahead,
Yeah,
standards, and some only like new young vocalists. And I think it's just in some way it's also artificial because it's so subjective.
yeah, isn't it?
It's not always subjective. There are some really good reviewers
Yeah.
who really know the music and really can pinpoint certain things and embellish, elaborate on certain aspects of the recording that's really good.
Yeah.
So it's a hard. I can't. Like I say, I like I want everybody to get a good review, and if you don't, I say, what do they know?
What do you do with the reviews? What do you think we as artists can actually, how can we use the reviews? Because I love reviews because you can use quotes forever.
You can use quotes forever and put them on. Even on my website, Les Jonathan Woodron always says something
Oh,
nice.
I love Jonathan
The
Woodard.
coolest jazz producer in it. Hey, on my website, so you can use it on your website, and I guess people like to see that. I don't know, Kath. I don't know in the big picture
Yeah,
how much any of this means, because really, why do you make a record?
yeah,
Why do you spend tens of thousands of dollars and time and energy and heart and soul to make a record? Because you have to.
yeah,
You must.
yeah,
You are compelled.
yeah.
You have no choice. If people love it or don't love it, I mean, of course, I want everybody to love what I produce, but not everybody will.
Yeah.
And that's not why you make the record.
Uh-huh.
It's a tricky thing for jazz musicians in particular, because really, how many people make the money back on record sales?
Nobody right now.
Nobody.
Yeah,
You know,
except I
you
guess for the
Kurt
big
Elling,
people, yeah, who have big
Diana
machines
Krall,
in action. Yeah,
exactly, Branford Marsalis. I mean, there are certainly people that do, actually probably instrumentalists more than vocalists in some ways, I think, do
but
better.
it's not from online sales.
It,
It's from live.
it's from live performance. It's
Yeah,
getting if you can send your record to festivals, and you can get into 5 festivals around the country
Yeah.
or around the world even,
yeah.
then you're doing great.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah,
I think if you really want to successful
yeah,
recording,
yeah,
is to just play a lot of festivals and get big audiences and hope that you sell your CDs. But you're doing it because you have something you absolutely must say,
yeah,
and the only way you can say it is in a recording, right?
yeah.
So you do it, and understanding that not everybody will love it,
Mm-hmm.
and that you probably won't make back what you spent,
Right.
and that maybe you're going to get some gigs,
Yeah,
and maybe some really cool gigs,
yeah.
and maybe you'll get to play at Monterey, and that's a lot. And so I don't know. I don't. That's it. All I got. I'm done.
Do you think that payola still exists in radio to a certain subtle extent? Probably some kind of payola. I do.
Yeah, I have no idea. I never even thought about it.
Yeah, I think so. But I know, it must be for the main radio stations, right? If it did exist, or
You know
it's
what?
kind of
For
hard to
jazz,
say.
I mean, I could see it existing for rap
Yeah,
or, pop,
yeah,
the Britney Spears kind of thing. But I mean, not for Britney Spears because they'll play her stuff
anyway.
anyway.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, I could see for rap or hip hop or that there may be, because there's so much of it. That
Yeah.
maybe, but I don't know about for jazz.
Yeah.
I mean, really? Here's $5. Would you play my CD? No. No, sorry. 10, no. Nah. Oh, it's funny.
Oh gosh. So, what do you think of the fact that a lot of us artists are? I think it's really interesting. A lot of us artists are taking music from the '70s and the '80s and redoing them.
I think it's great.
I do too.
I love it. I think it's great for a number of reasons. First of all, because it's my music,
Right.
So I love it. I mean, I love what Judy did. I
Yeah.
love what you did. I thought just great, really cool. Bring that music to, maybe people who haven't, that
Yeah.
are, God knows, a little younger than us and haven't really heard this music. And,
It's so timely.
It's so timely.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
think
like,
that's actually why a lot of people are doing it,
yeah.
because it definitely stimulates awareness, responsibility, hope,
Yes.
pain, all those things, which is
Injustice.
yeah, and it's history is definitely repeating itself with with a few
kidding.
changes
Yeah.
attached and
yes,
stuff, but
yeah,
it's really it's reaching out to a lot of people for
it
that.
is, and I think it's great. I
Yeah.
love it, and the creativity with the arrangements.
Yeah.
That for that old material that was nothing close to jazz,
Yeah.
and making them, jazzifying all those songs I love it. I think
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember that there was a period of time where a lot of instrumentalists were playing monk? They were recording monk tunes.
Mm,
It was
Yeah.
about 15 years ago or
Mhm.
so. Everybody seemed to be recording monk. It was really interesting.
Well, John Beasley, who I think
Oh, yeah.
is like, I love him. First of all, he's like one of the sweetest guys in the world.
Yes.
But he's also a genius.
Yes.
And the guy's a genius.
Yeah.
That stuff he does with
Monkestra.
Monkestra? Oh my God. It's
It's gorgeous.
gorgeous.
Yeah. They're playing at Second Home this month.
I'm going.
I am too.
Edie's taking me for my friend Edie Bronston is taking me for my birthday.
I'll see you there.
I'll see you there.
Maybe.
All right.
I think they're there 2 nights. I'm going one
I think
night.
we're going Friday night.
Is
if
that
I'm
the
not
first
mistaken.
night?
That's the first night.
I think I'm
we're-
going the second.
Oh, are you? Well, I'll give you a heads up. It'll be great. He's always great. Every time
Yeah.
I see him and the small band, the big band,
Yeah, it's
they're great.
great.
But what he does with monk music, is my favorite.
Me too.
Other
It's
than Carmen
genius.
McRae's album,
That was a great record.
that was a great record.
I think that was her last record.
Was it?
I think
Maybe
so. Yeah, the band was so good, and I really enjoyed how it wasn't the typical format
Uh-huh.
for a singer with a band. So the singer sings the song, then the soloist
yeah,
soloist,
yeah.
and the singer comes back
yeah,
in.
yeah.
Sometimes the players would play one time through the song
Yeah.
or twice through the
Yeah,
song
yeah.
before she came in.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
she
that was a great record.
it was great.
I always tell people, singers, are like, well, what do you think? I go, oh, listen to that. Just listen to that. That Mark Murphy, listen to
Oh,
Carmen
yeah.
McRae and Mark Murphy. Just not that you're going to be Carmen McRae or Mark Murphy, but just
Yeah,
Mark Murphy would jump out of a plane without a parachute.
yeah,
And sometimes he'd land, sometimes he wouldn't.
yeah,
But whatever,
yeah.
you couldn't help but revel in the fact that he did it.
Yeah.
He was something else. Oh my God, I'm sure we saw Mark Murphy together a number of
Oh yeah, we
at the
did.
Jazz
And
Bakery.
you turned me on to the Ballads record, which was
September
it's
Ballad.
probably one of my favorite
Mine
all-time
too.
records.
Do you know that I on almost every record I've done one of those songs from that record. I swear
I'm
to
not
God.
surprised.
No, I have. I
Yeah.
literally have.
Yeah.
Yeah, Julie did. Oh God, don't ask me. Take my word for it, though. You know, Mark just did one on the David Benoit "When This Love Affair Is Over,"
Yeah.
and it's great. It's like, have I run out? There must be. You know, "Sack Full of Dreams" Judy
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, it was a great
yeah,
record.
that- what a
Absolutely
record.
beautiful.
Gordy, yes. If your audience,
Yeah.
if you haven't heard "September Ballads" by Mark Murphy, run out and get it.
Yeah.
I mean, get it.
Well, you know,
Apple
and Dan and I are going to produce early next year, Mon David doing a
Oh.
tribute to Mark Murphy.
Oh, he's going to do
A tribute.
a tribute. He did that live,
Yep.
but now he's going to do a
Re-
recording.
yeah, we'll do a recording.
Oh, that's going to be very interesting. I want to know about that.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me what he's doing, what
Yeah.
songs he's doing.
Yeah.
Something from September Ballads.
I'm going to have to revisit that.
Yes, revisit it.
Mon has great taste too,
Yes,
you
he
know,
does.
so
he does.
you know,
Yes, he does.
and yeah, so I trust his judgment. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna look at that again. I'm sure Mon and I have talked about that record because it's just
Oh,
it's kind
I'm
of
sure
the
if he hasn't listened to
quintessential.
it,
Yeah,
he should really listen to
yeah,
that.
it's the quintessential
It
one,
is.
right?
Oh, wow.
What is your opinion on pressing CDs or just doing downloads?
I don't know. It's out of my pay grade. I don't do that.
You know, speaking of your pay grade, I wanted to ask you because a lot of people have vagueness about what a producer does, which that's because it is vague because it changes on different projects. For me, anyway, I don't know about you, but I was wondering. So, what does your producing cover?
My producing covers from beginning to end, except I don't like do the after work like the radio promoter,
Yeah,
radio person or promoting or anything like that, or pressing CDs. I don't know anything about that.
yeah,
But from beginning to the end of the record. So I help pick the musicians, I help pick the songs, I help with the arrangements. Not that I write music, but I'll sit down, you know, I'll listen to the arrangements. I'm very proud of the fact that I added on Gary's last record, I suggested trombone on Surrey with the Fringe on top, and I think it came out great. Scott Whitfield, who
yeah.
is phenomenal.
He is a phenomenal.
But so
player.
I throw in my ideas or how I want to hear it. You know, I think this would be great as a swing tune, or let's do this one as a ballad, or you know. So I contribute there, and then I'm in the studio. I'm in the studio for everything, all the way through mixing through mastering. And you know, I'm there for every record. I'm there to lay down.
Do you
the
oversee
tracks.
the money going out to the musicians and people?
Not always. Sometimes, depending on who the person is, sometimes I will, you know, tell the, you know, the artist, you know, this is how much this person should get, or
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what, you know, and I'll email
Yeah,
some of the musicians and say, are you good
little
with this
bit, yeah.
amount? Or
Mhm.
so I'll do that a little bit. It's just really as a favor.
Yeah.
If somebody's not all that comfortable doing it, it's okay.
Yeah,
Because I know, you know, I don't really mind that much. But really what I do mostly is the music stuff. And then, you know, I work with the musicians, with the vocalists before we ever get into the studio.
yeah,
And, you know, if I think that he or she should talk to somebody who's like you or Kate McGarry or somebody like that,
yeah,
because I'm limited in terms of my, you know, but I know what I like.
Yeah.
So I can, you know, say, you could back phrases a little bit, try doing it this way or doing, and I'll work with them before we even get into the studio. So once we get in, we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Won't waste a lot of time in the studio.
yeah.
And you know, we'll do all the whatever vocal redos and fixes, and yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm there from beginning to end. It's a million hours.
It is 1,000,000 hours.
But not $1 million.
She and I have spoken.
Yeah.
We won't go into this area, but she and I have spoken about the compensation, the financial compensation for a producer, such as us. We are doing, smaller time jazz artists, not like the big,
Right.
the big huge people.
Right.
So it has to be some kind of reasonable figure for the person who is paying, and but also reasonable for us,
Yeah,
because
well,
it does take 1,000 hours.
Yeah. I mean, I condensed. My practice now is I'm kind of semi-retired, which I never realized until I thought, well, you only work 20 hours a week. That's semi-retired. I used to work more than 40 in my younger days seeing patients, but now, I wanted Gary was only here for a certain number of weeks, and so I condensed, instead of working Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I only work Tuesday and Wednesday. So I like 8 in the morning till 5 at night. By the end of the day, people wonder why I don't make phone calls. It's like, are you kidding me? Brain dead. But so there's, there are a lot of hours, and it's a lot of work. And just because you love what you do doesn't mean you shouldn't get paid for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's play some music.
Oh, what do you want to play?
Well, we have at least 4 people to,
Let's
talk
see.
about, like Julie, Judy, Gary.
Okay. Well, let's see. I wish I had brought their album so I could. Let's go, we can't play anything from Gary's latest,
Right.
which is called Full Circle. It will be out early spring. We played something from Mark. Let's work
Gary,
backwards.
Julie, Judy.
Beverly, I did.
All right.
So
Oh, you
I
did
mean,
Beverly too.
I did. Yeah, I did the vocal
How about
production.
from
We can do something from Julie Kelly. She did not that one, I know. And that
yeah, we're just
Julie's Evolution. For Happy to Be was the album that I produced with Julie.
whoops, sorry.
That's fine. That's great. Yeah, play this. All alone in a pool of spotlight, standing there with closed eyes, and then when he opened up his mouth, and the music poured right out, you could hear the gladness within his heart as he was up there sketching something beautiful. You know that all time stood still, never sits around, always trying a new sound. Bobby lays that groove down. He can be the melody and bass. He can weave a mood as fine as lace. You can hear the gladness within his soul. He's doing what he loves to do, to make fine music for his maker and for me and you. Simple pleasures are the best for this man. Spontaneous his plan. He is an encourager of play, even singing Mozart and Fauré. First time that I saw him, he was singing for some dancers. They were sketching something beautiful. Within the space, form took flight. Vocally unbound this prince of new sound. On his head a jazz crown, given to him by the Holy Four, Ella Satchmo, Sarah, John, and more. 'Cause of all the music within his soul and magic that he loves to bring. Celestial swinging for his maker and for everything. Cool, isn't it?
arrangement.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Julie Spain. Let's play something working backwards. We played something from David, Benoit, and Mark. Let's do Gary, Moonlight. That was fun. We had Terry Trotter and Jameson. Oh, we had a great time. Let's see, should we play? We could play Moonlight. That was Terry and yeah.
when the shadows play, when the thought of what could happen takes your breath away. Sighs and whispers, quiet laughter in the air, unspoken invitations everywhere. In the moonlight, all the words you say make it relatively easy to be swept away. In the half light, can we trust the way we feel? Can we be sure that anything is real? Stars keep secrets as they wander indiscreetly, while the echoes of a song go drifting by. We must be careful not to lose our way completely, or the magic that we see here, we can't be sure we'll be here in the morning with the moon away. And if in each other's arms is where we're meant to stay, in the love light, when our eyes have grown accustomed to the daylight, we'll see what waits for us to share. For all the things we've dreamed of in the moonlight, we'll be there. It will be there.
Who wrote this song?
I don't remember.
Let's see if it,
Your viewers can look it up.
because I remember hearing the song.
Yeah,
but
it was from a movie.
Was it?
Yeah, it was a movie.
Dan, I can just
A
see
movie
Dan
theme
is
song.
looking right now. Moonlight song. Moonlight song. Who wrote the song? Well, there's so many different Moonlights, probably.
Yeah, there's no, yeah. It's from a movie, but I can't remember the name of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh well, if Gary's listening, he will write in.
And was yeah. So I noticed you had Larry Koontz and Pat Kelly on this record, and Connor Malloy.
Yeah, great young drummer. Really a great young drummer and a lovely person, by the way.
And Christian.
He's
Newman.
great. And Christian
Yeah.
plays his tuchus off.
Yeah.
He is fantastic. He is really on this new record with Gary. I used him a lot.
Sting wrote the song.
Oh, Sting! Oh God,
Dan.
how could we forget
Thanks,
Sting?
Dan.
Yeah,
Yes, Terry Trotter is Jameson's father.
that's right.
Yeah.
And an iconic jazz pianist. Really.
Iconic,
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I interrupt you?
No, I don't. Want to play something from one of the albums I produced for Judy?
Sure.
Let's see what we can get up there. Where are Judy's albums? Let's see. Not that one. Not that one. Oh, where's? We have to have something.
Let's see. Oh, here's her channel. Maybe that's
Okay.
that would be better. Videos or say uploads.
No.
Any of
Oh,
these?
she doesn't have anything from the earlier albums that she did. She's got the last few that she did, but there should be something on
Maybe I
Apple
can-
Music.
Yeah. If I go to her site, maybe.
I
might find that.
don't know. Oh yeah, I did Under Painted Sky. Let's see what we've got on that.
Okay, so
Let's
sorry,
see.
let me just share the screen.
Okay, how about I'm trying to think of what she would like. Oh, Don't Wait Too Long is really pretty.
Okay.
Hope you like this, Jude.
You are the summer and I am the autumn. Don't wait too long. Your song's beginning while mine's nearly sung. Don't wait too long. Fall is the lovely time of the year when the leaves turn to golden brown. But soon fall is ending and winter is near, and the leaves start tumbling down. Why must the moments go by in such haste? Don't wait too long. Winter is coming, I've no time to waste. Don't wait too long. So while my heart's gay and foolish and free, and still can sing its song, share every precious moment with me. Don't wait too long.
Very, very so great, isn't it?
Very good.
Why must the moments go by in such haste? Don't wait too long. Winter is coming, I've no time to waste. Don't wait too long. So while my heart's gay and foolish and free, and still can sing its song, share every precious moment with me. Don't wait too long. Don't wait.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, Judy has such a distinctive sound.
Yeah,
you
very
know,
distinctive.
very distinctive sound, which is really great. And she's just over the years has really developed. You know, she hasn't been singing jazz
Yeah.
since she was 12 years old, like a lot of
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
And she really has developed her sound and her style. That's all her own. It's really
She
great.
works
She's
really hard on it too.
oh
She's,
man, she's
yeah,
so
very admirable.
she's so I just think she's great.
Yeah.
She really
I remember we did this project together, a live project for, I'll never remember his name. He was a writer from the 20s and 30s, and his daughter was doing a tribute to him. And I'd have to like look through my iTunes to find him, but an unusual name and kind of like some good old swing music. And then there was some kind of very campy stuff.
Where was this?
This was, well, the tribute was at this location, like somewhere like on Melrose Avenue, something like that. So Judy and I were in the show, and that was the first time I got to see Judy do kind of where she was from. She, which is, more theater.
Right.
She got up there and she was so amazing.
Yeah.
Totally amazing.
Yeah.
And she did this campy thing, and it was really wonderful.
She's got also, she also has a great personality on stage.
Yeah.
She's so much fun to watch on stage.
Yeah.
She's just great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She's good.
By the way, Dan DeVilla says, actually, Moonlight is sung by Sting in the movie Sabrina.
Sabrina, that's right.
Yes.
Thank you, Dan. I knew it was, yeah.
I think the general music, Dan, could have been written by John Williams and the Bergmans.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah. And Roland said that's an impressive roster of musicians for this project. Yes, it is. Well, actually, I'd like to go here too. Beverly's.
Oh yeah,
That's a really pretty
that's a
project,
really
too.
nice. Yeah,
So Beverly Hogan.
Beverly Church Hogan. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, Facebook down is so bizarre.
I
isn't it?
know. Can't get out of this mood. Let's see. What songs do we have there?
Oh, sorry, let me share my screen.
Okay.
And this, I think this is Can't Get Out of My. So let me.
Oh, this is good. If
Yeah?
it's Can't Get
Okay.
Out of This Mood is
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
What's that really cute, sexy one?
Oh, I
love that
That
one.
one's really cute too. I know what you're talking about.
Beverly Church Hogan.
It's an EY. Yeah.
Here's top tracks. So you're.
Take My Breath Away.
I love this one.
Yeah, it's great. She does a great
She
job.
does
with
a
it,
great
too.
job. She's so beautiful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Warm lips, soft as rain, kiss me once again. Strong heart beating fast. Don't let this moment pass. Your smile makes me warm, won't do any harm. Dark eyes burning me. Can you a secret key? Touch me where I'm cold. Take me, make me whole. Come close and touch my hand. Put your hand right there. Bend down over me. Hold tight, set me free. Take my breath away. Take my breath away. Said the spider to the fly, I can take you where you want to go. Whoa, 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 whoa. But I better warn you that my love can make you hide. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll soar, you'll fly, you'll sigh, you'll roar, beg me for more. No clouds overhead, the wind is our bed. Two fools slowly move, trees nod and approve. The stars fall and rise, moon looks down and sighs. The sea ebbs and flows, my secret is exposed. Touch me where I'm cold, take me, make me whole. Come close and touch my hand, put your hand right there. Bend down.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah,
Very beautiful.
yeah. Yeah, nice. Very, very nice stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back in the studio in the end of this month with Mark. He's going to be doing a record that's going to be mostly his original compositions.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because that's really, I mean, he's writing a book about lyric writing, and so he wants to get out some of his own stuff, kind of promote his that part. You know, people know him as a vocalist, but don't realize it. Well, I guess most people do realize that he writes a lot of his own
Yeah,
stuff.
I think a lot of people do,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, he and I had exchanged lessons several times. You know, I was giving him scat lessons, and he was giving me lyricist lessons. And actually, from one of the lessons on the song that I have on social albums that I wrote, what are we gonna do? That song actually came out of a lesson with him.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah, he's a great teacher.
He is a
too.
great teacher. Yeah,
Really good. He's really supportive, and
yeah,
I know his students love him.
yeah.
So, and he's he's so supportive.
Yeah.
Really great. Yeah, he's yeah, so I'm excited about this. It should be fun.
So, that's upcoming.
Yeah, we're going in the studio the 26th of this month. I think.
Okay, so you're just rolling along.
I'm rolling along. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what next year will bring, but maybe something.
And because it was your birthday yesterday,
Yes, in
her
fact, it was.
birthday,
Yeah. it was.
and what was I going to say? Oh, you seem to have gotten a number of gifts of people taking you places.
I know. I love that.
great.
Because
Isn't that
I don't need
interesting?
anything.
I know.
I have more than enough of what I need. I
Yeah.
need to get rid of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, if I died tomorrow, my daughter would curse me for the rest of her life. But all the crap I've got. But no, it's so cool. I know. Museums and concerts, and it was fantastic.
I'm going to show you something funny.
Oh, good.
See this piece of paper?
Let's see.
I'm gonna see. Can you see all that piece of paper?
Mm-hmm.
This is what Dan and I are going to in the next 2 months.
Oh, Lordy. Oh, I want to see Sage.
Yeah, they're going to be
It's
at
a
Sam
Tuesday.
first.
Oh, yeah, I have to be up so early Wednesday, but that's
There's
okay.
they
Early.
might have 2 days, or they're playing
They do
somewhere else
Tuesday
too.
and Wednesday.
Yeah,
Yeah, then I'm going. Oh, I think the
Orchestra.
9th, I think is.
the 9th is, let's see.
Oh, and Larry's
9th
going to
is
be on the
Saturday.
7th.
Yeah,
I'm going to see Billy Childs and Diane Reeves on the 4th.
they're going to do the concert. The what is it called? The big the LA concert.
Joe Barber's going to be at Sam first too.
Yeah, he's actually coming out with a book too.
Yes, I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah, so he's
doesn't
doing a
exist
book
anymore.
signing.
Jay who at Vitello's?
Jay Clayton is
Jay.
coming
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
for
I
her
want to go see
birthday.
that. Yeah.
Any people listening, Jay Clayton, who's one of the kind of old veteran singers like Sheila Jordan. She and Sheila had lofts in New York, like, you know, with Charlie Parker coming in and stuff like that. And so Jay sings both standards, and she's an improviser. So she and Bill Cunliffe are going to play the brunch November 14th at Feinstein's Vitello's. So you should really come to that because it's going to be beautiful. And she's turning 80, so she's doing a West Coast tour.
Young. 80 years.
Seems
yeah.
80. It seems young, doesn't it?
Hey, is Patrice Rushen going to play with Sage?
I think they're going to share the evening.
Share the evening.
That's
okay.
at USC.
Because that would be really an interesting combination.
And then Jeremy Siskind and I are going to play
Oh.
in Highland Park on
Calf.
November 20th.
Oh, good. Okay, well, I'll have
Yeah.
to come to that.
And Aunt Mara's going to, you know.
Where's Aunt Mara?
Aunt Mara, I wonder why I wrote down November 19th. I didn't write down why. I
Welcome
have
to
look
my
at that.
world, Kathy.
The 19th.
I'll put something in my calendar and all it'll say is
Oh.
event.
It's Dave Grusin and Lee Ritenour.
Oh, that should be
See what I mean?
interesting.
That's
There's
why
so
Dan
much
and
going
I
on.
Are
Yeah.
doing,
Oh, that's so cool. Well, I'm gonna do some of those things that you're doing
and
too.
Mon's birthday is at Catalina's November 11th.
Oh, I'll definitely go to that.
Yeah. So, Tom Rainier, Sam first.
Rainier, God. Yeah,
Now
he's great.
there's a great piano player.
Yeah, he is he's
Yeah.
really great. Yes, he is. So many great musicians out there.
I know.
Wonderful people.
You know, this week I'm having, I wonder how it's going to work without Facebook, or if Facebook's by the end of the day is going to get its stuff together. But tomorrow I'm interviewing Tony Lindsay, who was the lead singer for Santana.
Oh.
Now he's not a jazz singer, obviously, but he's a really great singer.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then Wednesday, Quentin Denard,
Oh God, I haven't seen him
Yeah.
for a long time. Yeah.
veteran drummer who's
Yeah.
played with all kinds
Everybody,
of jazz
yeah.
and like Motown. He was very
yeah.
solid in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Motown development.
Yeah.
And then Thursday, actually, we're going to do a special one. Sometimes I do it for singers or people who, just can't do it Monday through Wednesday.
Uh-huh.
So Nancy Osborne, who's a big band singer,
Oh, I don't know her.
she's lovely.
Uh-huh.
She's probably 3 heads taller than you.
Everybody's 3 heads taller than me, and
Maybe 4
more
heads
so every
then.
day. It seems like I just realized that my daughter is taller than me, and that never was the case.
Interesting.
I'm gonna.
We're getting
I
shorter.
know, oh my
Yeah,
God.
I'm getting a little shorter too. Yeah, well,
Oh well.
you know.
Oh well. To eat less. The shorter I get, the less I have to eat.
Barbara and I always talk about, hey, what about the sex and drugs? Because we've known each other for so long that's what we used to talk about,
Oh, TMI. Yeah. That's true. We don't talk about that so much anymore, do we? No.
I think
No.
sex
Sex
comes
we
into
still
it.
talk-
Yeah,
we still
drugs.
talk about-
Yeah, not so
Nah,
much.
No, that's gone. But
Although, people are doing the ayahuasca, now, and having it very above board, you know that? Yeah, they're like, Michael
Ayahuasca?
Beckwith, yeah, the tripping drug. That was one of the main tripping drugs that Indians used.
Oh,
You can actually, a lot of people just really above board are going for, it's like therapy,
well, I was going to say,
Yeah.
there's a big push. In fact, there was an article, maybe it was, I don't remember, the Sunday Times, LA or New York, one of
Yeah.
them, I don't remember, about, where did I read it? I don't recall. About
Using.
drugs.
Yeah.
Using, and I know in my practice, I don't do it, but my longtime associate and mentor and whatever, Rob Hoffman, he was talking about, using mushrooms, using psilocybin.
Interesting, right?
And, what is the drug that is shit? Well, no comment. I can't remember.
But yeah, some
they're
of those.
using it, and I
Yeah.
could see. I mean, I know that some of the psychedelics really are mind blowing.
Yeah.
They open your mind to all kinds of things, and especially if you're with somebody who can be like a guide
Right.
and help you through some of what
Yeah.
you're going through. It can be really helpful.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. I certainly wouldn't do it with a patient just because
Yeah.
I'm not qualified. I don't
Yeah.
feel qualified.
Yeah.
But there are people there are doctors that are really making a study of this, and that's what they're doing. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
I've seen some
We
stuff.
just smoke some pot, had a good time, whatever, who cares?
Yeah, and then have a realization.
And then have a realization.
Or you could just
Yeah.
take some acid and go to the Grateful Dead. You'd have
Pink
a lot of
Floyd.
reservations. Pink
Pink
Floyd. See, we're talking about drugs.
Drugs.
I
my
did.
God.
I did the Grateful Dead.
I did
They were
Pink
so
Floyd.
jazz-like. Well, so was
Yeah.
Pink Floyd.
Oh, definitely.
They were both into improvisation, big
Very
time.
much so. I
Yeah.
still think that album's a great album.
Oh,
Dark
yeah.
Side of the Moon.
Oh, yeah.
is
That's
like
one of the classics.
classic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Grateful Dead. One More Saturday Night.
My daughter, I was never into the Grateful Dead, but my daughter was into the Grateful Dead.
Oh.
I wasn't that happy about that, but she was. You would never know it today. Clean cut little girl. But anyway, little girl.
She's grown up.
She's all grown up.
Yeah.
With my granddaughters, who are also
Growing. Yeah.
18, almost 18.
18?
Sophia's almost 18.
Oh my God.
Bella's going to be 13. Both, yeah.
Wow.
Tell me.
That's incredible.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
You remember when
Yeah.
Sophia was born.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I can see how that happens. I mean,
Well,
Well,
yeah.
but I mean, it's
Yeah.
it sneaks by you. I mean, my grandchildren are already, there's 2 that are around 9 and 2 that are around 4 and 5.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, it was just yesterday when they were
I know.
born,
I know.
Yeah, it's really goes by fast.
I know. I just posted on Joe, Joe Goldenberg.
Yes,
drummer,
he's
yeah.
actually on here.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Well, it's so funny because I was out of my mind with like excitement about having this child, and she was going like this, and I thought, oh my God, she's a genius. We have to get her drum lessons. She's 3.
And
So,
Joe Goldberger did it, right?
Joe Goldberger. I don't remember how I got him.
Yeah. I
Maybe
think
you
through
gave him,
me.
you probably
Yeah.
through you.
Yeah.
And he was a doll. He came to my daughter and son-in-law's house, and there's this little 3-year-old who's like in glasses and completely like jumping off the walls. And I bought her a drum kit. I'm telling you, don't ask. And he came, and well, it turned out he would bring a bag of percussion, tambourines. So all of us would all like in a circle with her play different instruments, and so I sent this video that I have of her playing the drums
Oh.
with him trying to somehow say,
Guide
well,
her.
let's do this, and she's like, The best. It was so funny. Oh my God. Anyway, we digressed.
That's so cute. I think kids are drawn to the drums, especially. You know,
Make noise.
yeah, and I've seen that with my grandchildren too. Although I have to say, my granddaughter, if she had been given lessons at a particular age, I think she would have actually really gotten into the drums because she sat behind our drum set, looked exactly like a drummer playing, and it was very natural for her.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, I think kids have a lot of stuff in them, but parents are busy and can't always address every
Yeah.
little thing. I mean, how much I tried, of course, my daughter and son-in-law at the time, were very supportive. I took her to concerts and museums and,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it did something. She still likes going to museums with me
Yeah.
at 18, so that's a good thing. Yeah. But and the younger one too, we do a lot of stuff. They're a great part of my life, really.
Yeah.
Really get a lot of happiness from them. My daughter, of course.
Of
They
course.
gave me this beautiful necklace
Oh,
for
here.
my birthday.
Let's see. We have a
Yes.
few things. Joyce said,
Who?
Joyce Glasgow. She's a fan from Seattle.
Oh,
And
nice.
she's an artist herself.
Uh-huh.
Same with psilocybin mushrooms for depression and trauma. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And
What's
Taylor Hatch is a guitarist. And
Uh-huh.
lucky for you, Taylor, because you're always on YouTube. Because Facebook went down. That's why we have so many people on YouTube today, Taylor. Said, Barbara, I'm sure you're biased when it comes to the projects you've worked on, but is there any one project you've helped produce that has had a meaningful impact on you? Nice question, Taylor.
Well, that's an interesting question, Taylor. It would be very hard to say, but one thing that comes to mind is the record I worked on with Mark. I think it was Jazz and other four-letter words. The reason why is because it was that record, we did that record. Mark's husband was dying of lung cancer, Richard.
At that time, right?
At that time. And I was in and out of the hospital for multiple surgeries related to these hernia events that I was having. That, I mean, I'm sure you remember,
Yeah, totally.
I was really ill.
Yeah.
I had to have a bowel resection. I mean, it was
Yeah.
like a crazy year, all from hernias, thank goodness.
Yeah.
But life-threatening, having all those surgeries. And in between Mark going with Richard to chemotherapy and me going in and out of the hospital, I remember at the very end of the record, I was staying at my daughter's house. I could hardly move. And Mark came and picked me up at my daughter's house
Oh my God.
and took me back to the studio, and they set me up on the couch and we finished the record. That record, there was so much pain, of physical and emotional pain, and of course emotional pain for me because I loved Richard.
I know.
I loved him.
Yeah.
And we made this joyful, wonderful CD that gave us such joy in the face of such darkness for
Yeah.
both of us. And we were so supportive of each other, and the musicians knew what was going on. They were so supportive. Then Tally was so supportive, and we got through it and wound up with so if that answers your question, it was not that everything I've done has been meaningful to me. I cherish every
Yeah.
record I've ever produced, but that there was something about resilience and the human spirit that was a big part of the making of that record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
So
Good question.
yeah. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Also, he said, wow. Nora Paradiso had gone over to Beverly's house a few weeks ago, and she said her latest CD single release is "Don't You Go Away Mad,"
Yeah.
produced by Mark.
But produced by Mark,
Yeah,
exactly.
and it's
yeah.
very catchy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really, really good. Really
Yeah,
nice. Yeah.
yeah. Mark
Yeah.
produces too.
Yeah, Mark produces too.
I
Yeah.
think hasn't Judy produced somebody too?
Yes, she produced Mark Christian Miller and somebody else. I think I can't remember. I can't remember, but I know
Yeah.
Mark for sure.
Yeah,
Who's a great singer
Yeah.
too, and a
yeah,
great guy.
yeah. Really
lovely
beautiful
person.
Yeah. Yep.
So got a lot of really nice people in our community.
I know we have an abundance. It's kind of a what is it? What do they call it?
Embarrassment of riches.
Yes, an embarrassment of riches.
That's right.
Yeah, the musicians here are wonderful. And,
Wonderful.
you know, I realized on that list I don't even have going to see Just Jazz, on Wednesdays.
Oh,
which is
that's
amazing.
I'm so sorry I missed last week.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Kamasi Washington sat in
Yeah.
with
The Ryan Porter.
Ryan
Yeah.
Porter.
Do you know that those guys all did the Young Artist Jazz Series, which we didn't even talk about?
Yeah,
I did that for like 20 years. I mean, you name it. Gerald Clayton.
I know.
Every great Gretchen Parlato, Sarah Gazarek, all these any musicians, these great drummers, and that are anybody over 30, I guess. Well, maybe 35 by now. All did that Young Artist Jazz Series.
Well, we didn't talk about it. I have it listed in the bio, but Barbara started with at Catalina's and with Catalina's blessing, Catalina's Jazz Club, a Young Artist Series where she would
Jazz Series.
she produced a show once a month.
It was once a month. Yeah, it started out. Zane
Musa
was the first one, and Anthony Wilson was the second one.
Oh my gosh.
They were all kids in high school.
Because they had to be under 30, under 20.
Under 25.
Under
except
25.
For June.
Except
that was
for June.
hysterical.
He slipped
I
in.
thought he was like 20, 18, 20. And
June Lee, the guy
and he said,
who
thank you,
owned-
even though I'm 35 or so. I went, what? Oh my God.
If he did start late, if that
That
makes a
was really
difference.
funny. That was hysterically funny.
June Lee, he owned the Blue Whale. Yeah.
Well, But all
Blue
the
Whale.
school Blue Whale, but all the schools, LA County High School for the Art, they
Yeah.
perform every year, and Colburn School would perform. It was wonderful, and I got that Jazz Hero Award for
Yeah.
that, doing that program, which was one of the most joyful things of my life.
Yeah.
Seeing those kids, and now I see them, I use them in my, I mean, they're. And to see where they started and when they were at LA County High School for the Arts, Gerald Clayton. I mean, it's just that is a great part of my professional history for me.
Yeah.
I don't know for anybody, but for me, it's,
Yeah.
Jeremy Siskin.
Yeah.
All these great musicians.
I have to tell Jeremy or send him the link to
he
this.
knows. Yeah. I mean, they were just great guys, great young women, beautiful players.
Yeah. And did you do it every week for 25 years?
No, it was once a month.
Yeah. I mean, sorry.
Yeah,
once a month though?
For 20, I don't remember, 23 years, something like that.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of didn't work anymore. But but yeah, it was quite an event. A lot of people missed coming because they thought, kids, it'll be crappy, whatever. And I would tell people, come, you won't believe what you're hearing.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people missed out on coming because they thought, I'm not going to go spend money to see kids.
Yeah.
Boy, brilliant people performed. It was, that's great. I feel very lucky.
Yeah.
I feel lucky in so many ways, professionally with my daughter, my grandkids, my friends. I'm still here. It's good. It's really good.
Hey, I'm still here.
I'm still here.
Still
kicking.
Anything you want to say about anything that's coming up or that people should look out for?
Well, Gary's record's going to be coming out in
Gary
spring.
Brumberg.
Gary
And
Brumberg.
what
It's going to be
do you
called
know the
Full
title?
Circle.
Full Circle.
Full Circle.
Oh,
That's going to
cool.
be, and it's going to be, it's really a fun album.
Yeah.
Songs that you know from
Yeah.
musical theaters. Jameson Trotter's arrangements are unbelievably
Yeah, they really
fantastic.
are. I've
Oh my
heard
God.
them.
So Happy
Yeah.
Talk and Sorry with the Fringe on Top and stuff that most people wouldn't be familiar with unless they were total musical theater fanatics.
Yeah.
But so that, and then Mark's will have a new album out in probably spring also. The one I was talking about, mostly original, 3/4 original stuff, and have great people on it. John Clayton, I think, is going to be on that record. So we're going that. Yeah, no title yet. We'll see. And I don't know. I don't know what's going to come up next year, but we'll see. Something.
Probably just keep rolling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just keep rolling along.
How do you deal with I mean, you and I have talked, but how are you dealing with COVID and the future?
I don't know. I mean, it's been a very difficult time for everybody. You know, as far as my practice goes, I saw everybody on FaceTime and Zoom.
Yeah.
And now some people are coming back. People who are vaccinated, will come back.
Mm-hmm.
But there are also people that say, hey, I used to travel like 45 minutes each way to see you, and we've been doing great on FaceTime, so I'm not coming anymore. Like, all right, it's okay. I don't know how would I know? Nobody knows what the future is going to hold. I have a trip planned to Portugal in April, and I hope that it happens.
Yeah.
And, we all just have to be vigilant and follow the science and I don't know. I don't really have any great words of wisdom. I just be sensible, be careful. This has been a terrible thing. So many people have died.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, you're still going to the studio and working.
Yeah.
So there's
We wear
some kind of a balance.
We wore
that-
masks for, David and Mark's record. We wore
Yeah.
masks for the whole thing. pretty
Yeah,
much.
I mean, I don't want to tell people, I don't want to put down people who aren't going out of their house because they feel
Mhm,
afraid or
mhm.
cautious. But I do want to encourage people to be active
Mhm,
somehow
mhm.
and go out, take walks, go to the
yeah.
beach,
Absolutely.
walk around
Yeah.
outside somewhere.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
because it's really important to actually be active.
Oh, it's
know.
it is life-saving.
Yeah.
If I swim almost every day, well, probably 4 to 5 days a week,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna probably try to go back to the gym at some point
Hmm.
because I think it keeps you young as long as possible.
Yeah.
Your body loves it when you work out and get active. Even walk, go, like you said, go take a walk.
Yeah.
Do anything that makes your body alive.
Yeah.
So that's my personal.
Barbara and Cathy
Barbara and
talking to the world.
Kathy. What I know, please don't send money.
Wait.
Well.
Thanks for being on, and thanks for coming over to do it.
Oh, Mike's close. My pleasure. This was so much fun.
It's really fun.
Just like just hanging out.
I
That's just great.
know.
I know. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And if Facebook, comes back,
It will.
which I'm guessing it will,
Yeah.
but who knows?
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
They have a whistleblower. I did see that in the
Yes, they do.
in the news
She
today.
doesn't have anything nice to say. I
know.
assure you. So
Yeah, so who knows? But anyway,
if they come back, will this be on Facebook or no?
yeah, well, yeah,
There'll be a-
I'll post it on Facebook
Okay.
if they come back. But also, you can always see the archives, and the archive link lives on my website, CathySegal-Garcia.com. So you can just find the archive link, which is on this event, and it's a Dropbox file, so you're always going to be able to see it. If you just watch it on Dropbox, you will only see an hour of it. So if you want to see the 2 hours, you download it, and then you can always delete it off your computer. But
Isn't it on YouTube always?
it's always also on YouTube on my channel, where you're watching now, actually. So it's all listed.
Okay.
And anything else about that? Well, we'll see what happens the rest of this week. If Facebook is down the whole rest of the week, I may not be posting my normal. I'll have to move that. I would normally post from the archives Thursday through Sunday, but if Facebook is down, I wouldn't post again on YouTube probably. I'll have to think that through.
Okay.
But again, you can see Barb is the 339th guest.
Wow.
So actually the day, 339 days. There's probably a few more guests because sometimes I have two people together.
Oh my God.
So,
Cathy, you are the busiest person, really.
But this is so good.
You and
I
Ricky
just
Cash.
I just love this so much.
It's so much fun, isn't it?
It's really great.
Getting to know people too. Fun for you, and you're such a
Yeah.
great interviewer.
See, here's Ricky Cash.
Yeah. Huh?
That's Ricky Cash's.
Oh, Ricky's new
That's a
album.
really amazing one.
Yeah, he's an incredible person.
He really
Yeah.
is. But anyway, so yeah,
Okay.
the archives, and I'm just going to show you guys what to do, because you never really know who's paying attention. So if you go to my website, CathySegal-Garcia.com,
There you
and there's my new
are.
record, and here's the Noontime hangs, and see view archive. You can even
Oh.
go through that, and it goes to the Dropbox, and you see it does say download to see the whole 2-hour
Oh,
show.
okay.
And then all these people all through the 2020, and
Oh, wow.
so it'll all be here.
Gee, I'll have to go through all that because I work
Yeah.
usually on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays, so I missed a lot. But I've watched a few.
There's a lot of great people.
A lot of great people.
Actually, one of the guys that I had on, I'm trying to think of his name. He actually died recently. He was, I think he was 80, but he was a piano player from the East Coast. I can't remember his name, and I'd have to go look for it. But anyway, yeah. So he was a guy from the East Coast. He had played with a lot of big people. Mike Lang was the one who introduced him to me.
Mike.
And
He's great.
yeah, he died last week.
Wow.
So and
Did you post that on Facebook? I think. Did you? You may have.
I don't know. I posted something yesterday because yesterday I found out a friend of mine, a very sad story. I won't go into it, but yeah, really great artist named David Shafran, a big character guy, and but really great artist. He wrote like, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. He wrote like that.
Wow.
He was an amazing writer, and he sang, and he was a real entertainer. Played guitar, and he had lived in Singapore for a number of years, performing there. I mean, that was where he lived and performed. But then COVID he had to leave there and come here and kind of remember how to get back into regular life. And it was really difficult for him. And so, yeah, he kind of lost the battle. But yeah, but Mike Renzi, thank you, Joyce. It was Mike Renzi. Do you know that name? So piano player, arranger, played for a lot of people. I can't remember all the people he played for, but he was like one of the guys in the old days, you know. So yeah.
Man.
But we're here.
We're here.
And you just had a birthday.
Every day. Yeah. Tell everybody you love that you love them.
Yes.
That's the thing.
You know, I read the cutest thing and I tried it out last night on my husband. So when you tell somebody you love them, tell them a reason why. Like, you know, for instance, like, Barb, I love your eyes because your eyes sparkle and you just totally come, you know, your beingness comes out of your eyes.
Oh, Cathy. Well, I love you because you've got the kindest heart and you're so supportive and genuine.
Thank you.
I really mean it. I do love you.
See, that feels really good to hear exactly why she loves me. Try it out on your friends and family.
Try it. I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
I'll start with the dog.
Oh, he played for Mel Torme and Sinatra and Tony Bennett. Thank you, Joyce. Wow. I always have my reporters.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. I hope we get through without Facebook and Instagram. I'm sure there are a lot of people just kind of going crazy out there.
Yeah, well, mostly under 16.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Kath.
It was fun.
It was fun.